Why is the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister in no mood to be polite in his criticism of the Delhi airport? Here is a story that's about chaos and passengers fuming once again. So it all started like this. A Delhi-bound IndiGo flight carrying Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah was forced to circle in the air for hours before it was diverted, and then the detour kind of ended at 3 in the morning. Now, what happened then was Omar Abdullah took to social media. He called it a dash show. We are not going to use the words that the Chief Minister has used, but he slammed the congestion and the delay and lack of clear communication. He also posted a picture of himself standing at the aircraft steps in Jaipur while trying to get fresh air when he was stranded. Now, the Delhi airport authorities have also cited shifting wind patterns and also air traffic flow management protocols, but passengers across the board have been furious. We'll take you through what Omar Abdullah said, but here is the picture of Omar Abdullah. He's put out a post, he slammed the Delhi airport, he slammed the congestion, and these are all the details that are now coming in. Let's take you through the post of Omar Abdullah. The post is on your screen. I'll also have my colleague Pradeep Datta. He will be joining us. He will get us the latest. So this is what has happened. Omar Abdullah is fuming, he's slamming the Delhi airport, and he's saying that I'm in no mood to be polite. Here is a picture and a video that has also been tweeted. Omar Abdullah posted a selfie of himself while also being very critical of the way things were managed. Pradeep, what exactly happened? Take us through all the details. What did Omar Abdullah say versus the response that's coming in from the Delhi airport as well?
Yes, Omar Abdullah seemed to be quite angry and fuming with anger. As you can see from his social media post also, he said that he is in no mood to be polite. Reason being, but normally a journey from either from Kashmir or from Jammu, it takes 1 hour. But the aircraft kept on hovering over the sky for about 3 hours, and finally it was diverted towards the Jaipur airport. He has put out a picture and selfie where he says that at 1 a.m. in the night, he has finally had some kind of a fresh air at Jaipur airport. He hardly knows how much time it will take for him to reach Delhi. Finally, by 3 a.m. he reached Delhi. So he tried to put blame on the Delhi airport for not communicating well, and also because of the congestion. But so far as the Delhi airport authorities are concerned, they are saying it was because of the wind that they had to divert some of the flights, and it led to the air congestion, and some of the flights were to be diverted to Jaipur airport. So it was not in their hand to ensure the landing at that point of time, because something is related to the weather condition. So some people are criticizing Omar Abdullah. They are saying that if the weather was bad, how come the Delhi airport would have allowed the congestion, allowed the aircraft to land in such a situation, because they can't risk the life of the passengers who are on board the aircraft. So that's why the decision has been taken. But during the last few days, it has been seen, ever since we have seen that there had been thunderstorm, there had been windstorm. We have seen that mostly the people here are complaining that most of the flights get diverted either to Jaipur, and they are saying that it is because of the air congestion, and somewhere the Delhi airport authorities need to manage things well, because there need to be proper communication. Last time also we saw that when there was a thunderstorm, that many people were there at the airport. There was total confusion and chaos. They were saying that hardly there was anybody to assist them and guide them at that point of time. So these are the common complaints now the people are having. We saw that this time it's Omar Abdullah fuming with anger at the Jaipur airport, where he has clicked the selfie. He has seen in that selfie, in that tweet, he has mentioned that finally he had some fresh air. It is at 1 a.m. in the morning. He hardly knows what time he will reach Delhi. What we got to know from sources and from his social media post also, it was by 3 a.m. finally he reached Delhi. So it took almost the journey, which normally takes about 1 hour, it took him about 6 to 7 hours. So that is what actually some of the people in the past have complained during the last few days. So this has become a normal complaint, though some of the people are trying to defend airport authorities, saying that how come they risk the lives of the passengers at that point of time when the wind the speed is shifting, and the weather condition is not conducive for the landing of the aircraft. That has already led to the congestion at the airport. So that's one of the reasons the flight was to be diverted to Jaipur airport. But still, I think somewhere the airport authorities have to better own their communication network, because last time also we saw that large number of passengers were waiting there for hours together. They hardly had any idea what time the flights would take off, because that time also there had been windstorm. Because of the windstorm, many of the flights were diverted to Jaipur, and some of the hardly there was any staff member to guide them at that point of time, and neither through digital medium any one of them were informed. So that's one of the reasons that Omar Abdullah is angry, Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, and he's saying that instead of 1 hour, it's taking so many hours to reach Delhi at a time when already we are talking about digital India, when we are talking about the communication network has improved, and when already we have got so many facilities.
Yes.
In such a situation, this thing should not have happened.
But what kind of communication? The question now that is being raised by many is the kind of communication, because over the last few weeks, there has been congestion at the airport. Flights have been seeing a delay. Passengers have been complaining. We've been, going through some accounts that have been coming forth on social media. But when the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir takes to social media to be extremely critical of the way things are managed with regards to airports not communicating well, about flight diversions, about passenger travel, it also puts the spotlight on airports and also airlines. What has been the statement that has come in from the airline in question here, Pradeep? Okay, I'll connect with Pradeep Datta, who's also getting us the details of this story. But there you can see a video that was put out. I'm going to read out also what Omar Abdullah has posted on social media platform X. Delhi airport is a dash. He uses some words and then also goes on to say that, excuse my French, but I'm in no mood to be polite. 3 hours in the air after we left Jammu, we get diverted to Jaipur, and so here I am at 1 in the morning on the steps of the plane getting some fresh air. I have no idea what time we will leave from here. So this was the post put out by Omar Abdullah, extremely critical of the flight diversion and delay that was caused. Now, in any case, then he also put out another post hours later, about 3 hours later, where he said, in any case, if anyone's wondering, I got to Delhi just after 3 a.m. Now, this is what has been happening. Pradeep, 2 posts by Omar Abdullah, some statements coming out from the airport and also the airlines. Take us through the details of what has been the response from the airlines in question.
See, so far the airlines and the airport authorities are concerned, they are trying to put the blame on the weather condition which has led to the congestion, and because of that the flight was to be diverted to Jaipur. But this has become almost a routine. Just few days back I also met some people from Israel. They had been here for the Raisina dialogue. They had to go to Jammu region. It took them about 7 hours to reach Jammu region, because most of the time the flight got delayed, and nobody was convinced what's the reason for the delay in the flight, because the weather that day was very good. But despite that, they had a problem, because they said some kind of a snack, but nobody was really telling them what really is happening. So it has become a common complaint. That's one of the reasons that now the anger is bursting, and this time it's the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, who is reacting strongly to the situation. He is saying the journey which would have normally taken 1 hour, because from Jammu to Delhi it's a 1 hour journey, and instead of 1 hour, if it is taking 7 hours, I think this is the high time for the airport authority to look into this matter, because this has become almost a routine, and this is happening for the last few days. Though some people are trying to defend the airport authority and airline people also, that how come you risk the life of the people, and such a situation you can't make the aircraft land at the airport because you want to be in time, because you have to take care of the lives of the people also. But that's good. But still there are so many ways
right.
you can communicate. At least there's a, when we talk about the digital India, you can communicate them, tell them that this is the situation, this is the condition. But if a person like Omar Abdullah, who is the Chief Minister, if he is not knowing that what time he will be leaving, you can very well understand the condition and situation of the common on board aircraft. They must hardly having any idea that what time they will be leaving or reaching, what time they will be reaching Delhi. So this has become a routine. This is a situation. I think this is the time for the airport authority to pull their sleeves and socks to look into the matter and ensure that in future the people do not face any kind of a problem because of such delays and congestion at the airport.
All right, let's also take our viewers through what the passenger advisory that in fact had come in when, the criticism came out. We will play the passenger advisory as well. What did the airport say? I'm just going to read out the passenger advisory here that was in fact released. Let me take you through the details of the passenger advisory of the Delhi airport, which was issued on the 20th at 6:40, which is today at 6:40 in the morning. Due to shifting wind pattern in the vicinity of the airport, certain airline operations may experience delays. This is what the passenger advisory of the Delhi airport says. And then it also goes on to mention air traffic flow management measures for flight arrivals will be implemented from 8:30 to 12:30 by the ATC authorities to ensure safe operations in accordance with international and regulatory protocols, keeping passenger safety as highest priority. All other operations across terminals and 3 runways at Delhi airport continue to function normally. Passengers are advised to stay in touch with their respective airlines for latest updates on flight schedules. We regret any inconvenience caused. So this is the passenger advisory by the Delhi airport that was issued at around 6:40. The Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir putting out a post being extremely critical of the Delhi airport and the mismanagement, also going on to say that I'm in no mood to be polite when I talk about what just happened. You have the airlines that has responded. The Delhi airport also put out a passenger advisory. We'll track more details with that, taking a short commercial break.